InDesign 2026 has the capability to edit images without using Photoshop. This is a beta function. It uses Adobe Express and of course it uses Generative AI. Let's take a look at how this works, where to find it, and why you still want to use Photoshop instead of Adobe Express. So here I've got the first example image, and in order to find the feature, you go to Window and turn on the contextual taskbar, and there we have Edit with Adobe Express Beta. So you just click on that, Express opens, and it has your image, and then you can do certain functions. So in this case, we have this blackbird and we have this branch where it's sitting on, and I want to remove the background. So just click on that and it removes the background. And well, that's not really good because it erased that branch, that twig as well. So I cannot use that. Let's just close this and discard. So this is something where you want to use Photoshop because Photoshop has the object selection tool, which does a great job on this, as I have shown in another video about Illustrator. Let's take a look at another example, which will also demonstrate what happens to your color management workflow. Because as a colleague of mine always says, InDesign is a color management app that has some layout capabilities. Let's take a look at that image, which is this one here, a JPEG. And I'm going to open that in Photoshop so we can see it. And you see it has the Adobe RGB profile embedded in it. And this is the image. It is very bright. And this is what we're going to use. And I'm going to make a copy of this. And we're going to place this copy in InDesign. So let's just do that. And here we go. And I'm also going to open the links so we see the resolution. So we have an effective PPI of 900 and this is the image size. So let's edit this. And this time I'm going to insert something. I'm going to insert a giant white dog photobombing the image, and I want to have the dog in here. So let's insert it. So there is the dog, and you see it's nice and adapted to the lighting situation, so that works fine. And I think we're going to go with this one. It's not so nice that it's looking to the left. It would be nicer to look to the right, but let's go with it. So I'm going to apply that. And now we have a few choices. I can still discard the changes. I can replace the original or save it as a new image. So let's click on Replace Original. And this changes it in this image. And it also changes the original image. So that's why I made the copy in the first place. So here we've got the copy, and it actually changed the original image. And this is important to know. So if you just have one version of that image, then it's better to save that as a new copy of the file in order to not edit your original image. Now I'm going to take this and open it in Photoshop. And you see this now has an sRGB color profile applied. And we do not know how it got there. Did it get converted into profile or did it just get that profile attached? We don't know that. And the color management workflow is ruined because between these two color profiles, you might actually see a difference, and the difference might actually be visible in the output if it gets converted to CMYK when going into print. So when color management is important to you, just don't use the functionality. Let's take a look at the other numbers. These are fine. It left the original resolution, and I'm just going to place the original image to see if we can spot any differences at first glance. So I do not see any obvious differences, but as you have seen in this short demo, the feature is not really great for trickier images. It might be nice for some simpler images and for the layout process, but as soon as you're going into production where color is important, you might still want to use Photoshop.